Crime Detection and Investigation CDI. 29. Pedro lost his watch. One day, Pedro saw Juan using the watch. Pedro, recognizing the watch, asked Juan to give it to him because it was his property. Because Juan refused, Pedro, withdrawn his pistol, told him that if he would not give him the watch, he would kill him. Because of fear for his life, Juan gave the watch to Pedro, which is against his will. What crime has been committed by Pedro, if there is any? A. Grave coercion. B. Robbery. C. Grave threat. D. Theft. Kindly comment your answer in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. D. Theft. Art. 308, Revised Penal Code. This crime is committed by any person who, with intent to gain but without violence against or intimidation of persons nor force upon things, shall take personal property of another without the latter's consent. Why it's not theft? Pedro used overt intimidation, pistol, death threat. Theft specifically excludes the use of violence or intimidation. C. Grave threat, Art. 282, Revised Penal Code. This crime is committed by any person who shall threaten another with the infliction upon the person, honor or property of the latter or of his family of any wrong amounting to a crime, when the threat is made subject to the condition that the offender shall obtain some object which he shall demand from the offended party. Why it's likely not grave threat? While Pedro issued a grave threat, "I will kill you," the threat was immediately carried out to compel Juan to do an act, give the watch. In grave threat, the threat is usually conditional. For example, if you don't give me money tomorrow, I'll kill you, and the harm is not immediately impending from the very act of threatening. Here, the threat was the means to achieve the immediate act of coercion. B. Robbery, Art. 293, Revised Penal Code. This crime is committed by means of violence against or intimidation of any person, or by using force upon things. The offender shall take personal property belonging to another, with intent to gain. Why it's likely not robbery? The crucial element of robbery is the taking of personal property belonging to another with intent to gain. In this scenario, Pedro claims the watch is his own property. While he used intimidation to recover it, his intent was to retrieve what he believed was his own, not to unlawfully gain property belonging to Juan. Philippine jurisprudence generally holds that there is no taking of property belonging to another if the person believes the property is his own, even if the method of recovery is unlawful. The unlawful method itself then falls under other crimes like coercion. A. Grave coercion, Art. 286, Revised Penal Code. This crime is committed by any person who, without authority of law, shall, by means of violence, threats, or intimidation, compel another to do something against his will, or to prevent him from doing something which he has a right to do. In the scenario, Pedro compelled Juan to give him the watch, something Juan had a right to possess at that moment, even if it was stolen, by means of a threat, drawing a pistol and threatening to kill him. The key here is compelling someone to do something against their will through force or intimidation, without necessarily intending to gain unlawful possession of someone else's property as the primary goal of the force. While Pedro claimed it was his watch, his method of recovery using a pistol and threat of death, effectively coercing Juan, falls under grave coercion. Conclusion: Pedro's belief that the watch was his, coupled with his use of intimidation to compel Juan to give it to him, makes the act fall under grave coercion rather than robbery. If Pedro was wrong about the watch being his, and it genuinely belonged to Juan, then it could be argued as robbery. However, based on the premise that Pedro, recognizing the watch, asked Juan to give it to him because it was his property, the crime is grave coercion for unlawfully compelling Juan through intimidation. The correct answer is letter A, grave coercion. Hope this helped you. Thank you and God bless you.